Welcome, I am Tamara, and today we are going to be sewing a very simple apron. As you can see on the one behind me here, I've added a pocket. I've made it a little bit longer so that it can actually hold a cell phone because that is our life these days. So it's big enough that, you know, if they keep making those things bigger, it should fit your cell phone. It also has a ruffled skirt, and this is a very simple project to do, even the ruffled portion, I promise. So this one here is another one I made. I hope that you can see it. It's got the pocket right here. And I also have a pattern for this, a printed pattern, which I will link in the description below as well. And if you don't want the printed pattern, that is fine too. I will give you all of the measurements that you need in this tutorial. So why don't we jump on in and get sewing?
For the main bottom section of the apron, you will cut a piece of fabric at 20 inches high by 39 inches wide. Then for the upper bib section, you will cut that at 21 inches high by 8 inches wide. The pocket will be cut 14 inches high by 7 inches wide. Then for your waist ties, you will cut 2 pieces of fabric 3 inches high by 28 inches wide. Then for the center belt of the waist tie, you will need 2 more pieces of fabric cut 3 inches high by 23 inches wide. And then finally, for your neck strap, you will cut a piece of fabric that is 4.5 inches high by 42 inches wide. Now let's start by prepping our pocket as well as the upper bib. This fabric here with the large cherries on it will be for my pocket, and then this red fabric with the small cherries on it is for the upper bib. So let's start with the upper bib, fold it wrong sides together. Press a crease along that fold and then take it to your sewing machine and sew a top stitch of a 1/4 inch seam allowance along that top edge. Then moving on to the pocket, you will fold it right sides together, giving it a nice press. And then we need to sew 2 1/4 inch seam allowances on here. So pin that bottom edge, making sure that you mark a 3 inch opening on that edge. And then take it to your sewing machine and sew a 1/4 inch seam allowance starting on that open edge, sewing to the corner and then sewing down towards the fold. Do that on both sides. Then, before turning your pocket right side out, just trim away those 2 bottom corners. That's just reducing some extra bulk. Of course, make sure you're not snipping across those sewn seams that you just sewed. And then once you've turned it right side out, just use something like a chopstick to just gently push out all 4 corners before taking it back to your iron and giving it a nice flat press. Along that 3 inch opening, you will also press those edges in that 1/4 inch, but you're not going to sew across that opening just yet. However, we do want to sew across the folded edge. And you will do the same thing as what you did with your upper bib. So you're going to sew a top stitch, a 1/4 inch seam allowance across that folded edge. And then we are going to set our pocket and our bib aside. Next, grab your 2 waistband pieces, and you need to make both of these pieces exactly the same size. So both short ends will need to be folded in at a 1/2 inch, and both long edges will also need to be folded in a 1/2 inch. To do this, I highly recommend grabbing your ruler and drawing a 1/2 inch line before pressing your folds. That way, both of these pieces will end up exactly the same. Then you can put these aside for later. Next, we need to prep our neck strap. So we need to fold both of the long edges in at a 1/2 inch and press it in place. It doesn't have to be exact the same way the waistband did. So if you just want to eyeball these 1/2 inch seams, you definitely can. And then we will fold this entire strip in half one more time, pinning in place and ironing a center crease. Then move on to preparing your waist ties. So grab those 2 pieces of fabric, And for this, we are going to fold only one of the short edges in, and we will fold it 1/4 inch and press that in place. Then along both long edges, you will fold them down 1/4 inch, press in place, and then fold it down again 1/4 inch, pressing in place. You are creating a hem along both long edges. Then fold the edge, that short edge that you already folded 1/4 inch in, fold that up to the long edge and clip in place, press in place, and that has created a nice point for you. Take it to your sewing machine and sew a top stitch, starting at the raw edge, going all the way across, down to the point, and then back towards the raw edge again. Do that for both ties. Now let's add our ties to that center waistband. So grab those 2 pieces that we've prepped earlier by ironing all those 1/2 inch creases in place. Then lay one of them wrong sides face down and fold open all of those creases that you originally made. Then lay one of your ties along the raw edge, then clip it in place and just move the excess of the tie out of the way so that you can add your second tie to the left the same way that you did to the right. Now make sure that both of your ties have the right side of the fabric facing up along with that waistband fabric. Then you can take the second waistband piece of fabric and lay it right side face down on top of that waistband. Once again, clipping it in place. And now we're just going to finesse this. So on both sides, you'll want to fold the waistband down back to that 1/2 inch crease that we pressed earlier. So you'll do that for the bottom section of that waistband and for the top so that your edges line up with your ties. Then take this to your sewing machine and sew a 1/2 inch seam allowance across both of those short edges. You can also follow the crease that you pressed in earlier because that was a 1/2 inch crease. And now your waistband has nicely been put together, and you can just turn that center section right side out and just put it aside for later. Now let's finish the upper portion to our apron. So grab that upper bib as well as the strap that we prepared earlier for the upper bib. Then tuck the upper bib into the folded upper strap. So as you can see here, I'm just lining it in a 1/2 inch. So I'm essentially lining it up with that folded edge. Then I'll fold my upper strap back on over and pin it in place. I'm going to do the same thing on the left side. So everything has been tucked in a 1/2 inch. Then I'll pin along that inner edge, take it to my sewing machine and sew a top stitch, starting at the bottom, sewing about an 1/8 inch seam allowance all the way around, coming back down to the bib, and then finishing up on the other side. And then you will do another top stitch on the outer edge of your strap all the way around, again at about an 1/8 inch seam allowance, and that's just to finish it up nicely. Then, to attach the bib into the waistband, you need to fold the bib in half and just give it a finger crease on that bottom section there. That way you know exactly where the half point is of your bib. You'll do the same thing with the waistband, and then you can line up those 2 finger creases and tuck the upper bib portion into the waistband at a 1/2 inch. So it's essentially following that folded 1/2 inch fabric that you pressed earlier. Then you will clip it in place, and we are actually not going to sew it at this point, but what I do recommend is at this point just rolling up the ties and clipping them in place as well. That way they're out of the way when you do need to sew this project later on. So just pin it in place and then put this all to the side, because now we need to start working on our large bottom apron section. All right, so the top half of our apron is pretty much ready to go. Now we need to prepare the bottom half of our apron. So grab the largest piece of fabric that you cut. It was 20 inches high by 39 inches wide, and we are going to hem up 3 sides. So along both side edges, you'll press it in a 1/2 inch, press it in again another 1/2 inch, and pin that in place. Then do the same thing along the long bottom, pressing in at a 1/2 inch and again another 1/2 inch, and then clipping it in place. And take it to your sewing machine and sew a top stitch along the inner edge of your hem. And when you are sewing along this hem, when you come to that bottom corner, you'll notice that the fold needs to be tacked down properly. So I'll come to that inner edge, I'll pivot, then I will back stitch so that I can tack the fold down completely, and then I will continue going forward. Do this for both corners. And now it's time to attach our pocket to the front of the apron. So grab the pocket piece that you prepped earlier, and just a reminder, it does have a little opening on the bottom, and we top stitched across the top. So make sure that your top stitch is across the top when you're laying it on your apron. Then lay it 8 inches in from the left side and 4 inches down from the left side. Pin your pocket in place, and then you will sew a top stitch of around 1/8 of an inch. You want to get close to the edge, and you're going to go down the right side, then across the bottom, and then up the left side, starting and stopping with the back stitch. And by going across the bottom with such a narrow seam allowance, you are then closing that open section on your pocket.
All right, so it is time to do the gathered ruffle. Now I will walk you through how to do the gathered ruffle, but I did just want to interject in my tutorial here and say that I have linked to a different tutorial where I go through how to sew a ruffle, and I use the same process in that tutorial. So if you want a more in-depth of how to do the ruffle portion, you can definitely check out that tutorial as well, but I will walk you through everything in this video too. So let's get started.
Next, we need to add some basting stitches across the top of our bottom apron piece. Now, the reason for this is because we want to gather up this skirt and make it the same width as our waistband. So to do this, you need to do 2 basting stitches. A basting stitch is the longest stitch your sewing machine can go. And the reason why we do 2 seams instead of 1 seam is just in case one of the threads breaks during the gathering process, then you have a second thread that you can still pull from. You're going to pull both the bottom bobbin thread and the top thread a lot longer. Give yourself about 10 inches before you start sewing across the top edge. You'll sew a 1/4 inch across the top and a 1/2 inch across the top. And then when you get to the other side, again, pull your project away from your sewing machine, giving yourself about 10 inches of extra thread and snipping that away. The most important part of this step is that you do not backstitch when you start and when you stop. Because as you can see here, I'm going to pull my 2 top threads. So I'm not going to hold the bobbin threads. I'm just going to hold the 2 top threads. And then you can slowly gather your skirt, and I'll slowly pull those threads and gather the skirt in towards the middle. Then I'll work from the other side and do the same thing. All right, so we have now gathered our bottom half of our apron. So why don't you grab the top half of the apron, and we are going to fit it inside that waistband piece. Leave those long threaded tails for now. I'll tell you when you can trim them later on. So we want to tuck this apron into our waistband a little over a 1/2 inch because we want to hide all of our gathering threads. So you'll tuck it in there at about 3/4 of an inch. Pin it in place, and once everything is pinned in place and secure the way that you like it, then you can either tie a knot in those long threads on either side or just snip them away. I tend to do the easy way of just snipping them away because once we sew around this waistband, everything will be nice and secure. And once you've pinned it all in place, double check that everything looks good on the back as well before we do that final stitch. Then, starting and stopping with a back stitch, you are going to sew a rectangle around that entire waistband section, holding everything in place. Do this with a top stitch, about 1/8 of an inch seam allowance all the way around.
So if you enjoyed this tutorial, I of course hope that you will hit that thumbs up button and hit subscribe so you don't lose me here on YouTube. This particular apron does not take very long to make, so I am making these as Christmas gifts this year. And next week I am also going to be sharing with you a list of different ideas that you can sew as Christmas gifts as well. So definitely come back next Friday for that, and I hope that you guys have a wonderful day. Bye for now.